So guys, I'm here in Soho with.
Daniela.
Lovely to meet you. Right, so first question, what are you into?
Both men and women.
Alright, cool. So do you believe pretty privilege exists?
Absolutely. Like
What?
100%.
Why?
Well, it's just systematically, like the whole angel, what is it called again? The angel halo effect thingies, opportunities, people approach you easier, overall you just get a bit more if you're more attractive, of course.
Okay, so are you speaking from personal experience?
I guess, I don't know, just from what I've seen personally, I think, yeah, for sure.
Can you give a small scenario when pretty privilege has occurred to you, what happened?
I'm an actor, so of course that would definitely affect job opportunities. Maybe people might perceive you better. In court, it happens a lot. If someone's ugly, or ugly, let's just say that, unattractive. If someone's unattractive, they usually get more time in prison than a more attractive person, and stuff like that.
Okay, that actually kind of brings me on to the following question was so do you feel like people either subconsciously or unsubconsciously treat people based on how they look?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Maybe subconsciously, some people maybe consciously, but 100%. Just from the way someone looks, you might have a few ideas of, in all types of things, not just attraction. You might have a few biases for all types of people. And it's just something that you might want to fight, because come on, let's be honest, you don't know much about people from just the way they look. But, people are going to do what they're going to do. And if someone's unattractive, they might... for men as well, women might be a bit more with unattractive people, or even women, men are gonna treat unattractive women less nicely than they would treat an attractive woman. There's always gonna be that kind of thing.
And do you think pretty privilege works the same for both men and women, or is it different?
I think it works a bit differently.
Explain a little bit how that is.
Let me think. Actually, I think it's the way in terms of So I feel with women it's more internal, and with men it's more external. How they treat the man, how they treat the woman is gonna be more different.
Yeah.
Whereas the women, how they act towards the man, within themselves, is gonna be more different. Where they're gonna be more reserved, whereas the man is gonna be maybe a bit more aggressive, if that makes sense.
Wait, aggressive?
From what I've seen personally.
Wait, what do you mean aggressive? I hope we don't have to be calling police. That's a bit mad. No, saying aggressive.
Not in a literal aspect of aggression, but more maybe meaner, maybe not really paying attention. Those memes you see on TikTok or stuff when they're trying to talk to an attractive woman, and maybe the unattractive woman talks, and then he's like, oh, shut or get away from me kind of vibes. You know what I mean? Those memes. There's even that sound on TikTok about I'm not talking to you, kind of vibe.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so last but not least then, do you think privilege can be a good thing or a bad thing, in terms of what you can get out of it? Do you think it's all good, or do you think it's all bad, or do you think there's a bit of both? What's your take?
I feel most things in life, there's always a bit of both. I feel there's very rare situations where there's only one side of anything, really. I feel obviously it can benefit a lot of people, but at the same time, if you're not lucky enough to be born in a specific way, or have enough money to make yourself in a specific way, you're just going to be unlucky, and that sucks, because I feel there's more to people than just that, so I feel everyone deserves some kind of chance.
Do you not feel though, even if you think you are ugly, do you not think there's a way you can do what you can to make yourself as attractive as possible?
Oh, absolutely, but at the end of the day, how other people perceive us is going to absolutely impact our lifestyles. No matter how confident you are, other people are going to impact how you feel, and that's just a fact.
Alright guys, so I'm here in Soho with
Zara.
Alright, lovely to meet you. So first question, what are you into, by the way?
What do you mean?
Your sexuality?
I'm straight.
Okay, cool, right. So do you think pretty privilege exists?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, why do you say that?
Because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, if you're a girl, you're pretty, you're looking good, you can get into the clubs, you don't have to. No, if you're a pretty girl, that it comes with certain privileges, when you go clubs, just in general how people treat you. So, yeah.
Okay, and do you have any personal experience with pretty privilege yourself?
Yeah, there's certain times where I've gone into clubs with my friends and certain people had to pay, certain people didn't.
I love the way you say certain people.
Oops. Oops.
Doesn't want to say any names. Okay. Right. So, do you think there's pretty privilege for men as well?
Yes and no.
Why'd you say that?
Because I feel like with the things that pretty privilege actually like benefits you for, it's kind of like it doesn't, like, you can't, as a guy, you can't go into a club and think you're getting in for free or anything like that. But at the same time, if you're a good looking guy, then, you know, like, the way girls treat you is a lot different to thing.
And do you feel like pretty privilege is a good thing, a bad thing, a bit of both? What's your take?
I feel like it's a part of life, you know. Life's not fair.
Wait, say that again?
It's a part of life. Life's not fair, so it's a bit of both.
Okay, so then that means you generally do feel like people do treat people based on how they look.
Yeah, definitely. But that's with everything. Like, you go to an interview, they treat you based on how you look. You go pretty much anywhere, people judge you based on your appearance. That's the first thing they see. So if they don't know you, all they have to judge you off is looks.
And lastly, what gender do you think benefits more from pretty privilege, men or women?
Women.
And why?
Because, like I said, like, as a girl, you can go far if you're pretty, like.
Okay, let me actually, there's one additional question that just popped in my head. Do you think pretty privilege lasts forever though? Like, that's actually, I think that's a good question. Do you think it, okay, why do you say that?
Because obviously, with age, some people age well, some people don't. So.
And do you feel like that's, even though some people don't age as well, do you think a lot of people, they just don't keep themselves, or?
I think it's a bit of both. I think it's a mix between genetics and like upkeep, because realistically, in this day and age we live in, most of the time, it's easy to be pretty. Realistically, like, all you have to do is have money. I'll be so honest. Like, anyone could be pretty. Realistically, like, there's different ways to go about it, but you know, some people are born pretty, some people make themselves pretty. So.
Alright guys, so I'm here in Soho with
Nell. Flo.
Alright, lovely to meet you. First question, what are you guys into?
What are we into?
Like sexuality.
I like boys and people.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
What does the people mean?
Jesus Christ. I'm gentlemen.
No, so you're bi.
I'm straight.
You're straight.
Yes, yeah.
Wait, why did you struggle to say?
Well, I just, you know, it varies. Go ask her.
Okay, what are you into?
I'm into men.
Okay, cool. Right, so do you think pretty privilege exists?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, so why do you why do you think that?
Because I've witnessed it. I think that any woman of a general attractiveness level, sorry Bebs, has experienced it. I think that moving through the world as a woman is a very different experience than moving through the world as a man, and pretty privilege is just a cornerstone of our society.
Okay. And you?
I feel like I experience it because I don't experience not the opposite of pretty privilege, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like I'm privileged in the fact that I've just like moved through life. Full stop. Full stop. Full stop.
What do you mean? You just move through life? What is that? You just fly? You just go with the motion?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so have you had any personal experience with pretty privilege yourselves?
I feel like that there's a negative side to pretty privilege in the sense that you feel sort of objectified and like you're a number. If you're going into a club and then, you know, you go in with a group of boys and then the boys have to pay and then the women get in for free, as much as that is an essence of pretty privilege where you're not spending your money and that's always great, at the same time it's like you're being quantified and like you're not a person, you're just like a cattle, or like you're ticking off a box, and that can be even more dehumanizing than paying a tenner to get into Maddox.
Okay, this is what's happened to you, right? You're talking about.
So I've heard.
Oh, wait, no, is this what happened to you?
Yeah, of course. I mean,
Okay.
there are so many times when you're on a list and you're going in and it's like you just feel like you're there to buff out the men and make them look better.
Yeah, that's so true. That's exactly what it is.
Do you have any personal experience yourself?
just exactly that. Like
What she said.
exactly what she said.
Okay. So do you think for men and women, I know you kind of answered this already, but I'll ask anyway. Do you think men and women have the same pretty privilege or completely different?
Completely different. I
What
think
is
that
it?
when a man is pretty, it negates all of his negative behavior. When a woman is pretty, it exacerbates it. I think if a woman is attractive, she has a much harsher social lens on her. So like models, actresses, celebrities, all of their misgivings and all of the bad things that they do are just like harshly, massively judged. Whereas men can do the exact same thing, and
they get
because
away
they're
with it because
attractive,
they're
they get away with it. Whereas because we're attractive, we have a much harsher lens on us, women, full stop, and just women in general. But yeah, if a man's beautiful, he's a king or a player. If a woman's beautiful and utilizes that, she's a slut. So yeah.
Oh, and what do you say to
I agree with it.
Well, you have nothing to add on to what she said?
Don't do that.
Surely you got something to say.
No, I'm not.
Don't you put her on the spot?
Okay, so do you feel like, one other thing I was going to ask, so do you think pretty privilege is a good thing, a bad thing, or do you think there's like it's in the middle? Like, what's your take?
I think there's arguments for both sides. I think that obviously if you experience pretty privilege in a positive way, for example, like you get a drink paid for you, but at the same time when a drink's bought for you, there's always something expected on the other end of it. So it's a seesaw and it's a balance of, yeah, you feel like you're privileged and moving through the world, but really you're being objectified. So I don't think pretty privilege is something to be celebrated or envious of, because I think as soon as you have it, you wish that you didn't.
It's a bit of a paradigm, really.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a paradigm.
It's a paradigm. Yeah.
Well, I haven't heard the last bit you said about it's we say it's a blessing but a curse at the same time.
Yeah, it is, absolutely.
Okay. Well, I haven't heard that answer before, but wow, that was some interesting answers. Thank you for letting me interview you guys.
Thank you very much. This
can
was
cut it.
Soho with Nell and Flo. Tune in next week.
Oh, guys, she's so shy. Look at her.
So shy,
Oh, don't be shy, honestly. Don't be shy. You got any last things to say to the camera?
no.
Alright, you guys. No, you guys. You're alright. Like,
You were brilliant.
That was terrible.
You were brilliant.
Anything to say? I was like, what?
No, you were brilliant. You were absolutely brilliant.
no, honestly, you were good.
You're brilliant. You're brilliant.
No,
Do not put a lot of my bits in.
don't do this.
Don't do this.
I've already videoed it now because I can't edit round her. I mean, you haven't said anything explicit. Like, I didn't ask any explicit.
I fucked up. I'm in trouble.
She literally
I'm in trouble.
I mean, you didn't say anything mad though. Everything you said was constructive.
I think everything I said was not that interesting. I was like, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but that's fine. That's fine. That's cute. And
I
adorable.
did say it's a paradigm.
Yes, you did. Include the paradigm.
No, don't
thing.
worry. I'll include it all. Thank you.
It was so nice to meet you, and that's really how I feel about it. So.
No. It's good to hear these interesting answers. I like to see. I need to get a guy's perspective before I go for other freaking
What's yours?
Instagram.
Or just like TikTok?
Yeah, I'll give you my Instagram has everything on there. So I'll give you.
Okay, awesome.
Right, these guys are freaking taking. These guys are freaking taking.
You don't have your story.
Yeah, I know. Oh no, I'll just delete it after. So it's fine.
Was that cool? We got some good B-roll.
Oh yeah, no, I'll definitely post it.
It's kind of like you flirting.
Flirting? Who am I flirting with?
No, he's not. He's very professional.
I'm very professional.
No, you were. You're so sweet.
Yeah.
Good question too.
Love you.
I hope it goes well.
See you later.
All right, guys. So I'm here in Soho with
Lewis,
All right, nice to meet you. So first question, what are you into?
guys.
Okay, cool, right. So, do you think pretty privilege exists?
I do.
Okay, okay, and why'd you say that?
It's just like subconscious bias for a lot of people. Sometimes it's not always subconscious. Sometimes it's more overt. But everybody has their like internal things that they don't recognize, and I think it's definitely a thing.
Have you had personal experience with it yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, can you give us a little insight?
Well, I'm a bartender.
Oh, listen, I've done bartending as well.
It's one of those. It's honestly, it's one of those. I'm a bartender, and you know the same way in which, like, you know, it's really bad to say. I didn't say this. Certain people, you know, you might sometimes prioritize subconsciously, of course, is the same way. You know, I feel like sometimes I do get like tips more so based on my looks as opposed to it being based on service as well. But like the looks do have a factor.
I can't lie, everything you said, I've had the similar experience because I've bartended myself, so I know.
There you go.
Okay, so do you think pretty privilege is the same for man or women or different?
I think there are similarities,
Right.
but there are differences dependent on sexual orientation. Like the way in which gay guys approach others is completely separate to the way in which like a heterosexual man might approach like a heterosexual woman.
Okay, can you give it like a brief example how that is?
For example, oh shit. Okay, so from my experience, like I'm struggling now. In terms of that, for like in the gay community and what I've experienced when I'm being like moved to, or like when like that is point being, it's like very much it's like drinks. You know, the focus is on me, and the same thing would be like it would be the same in a vice versa situation, but I feel like dependent on the setting as well, it's a lot more aggressive.
Yeah.
And when people are in an environment whereby they feel like a lot more comfortable, they are a little bit more risque with it, and they're a little bit more bold. Let's put it that way.
So actually, let me add an additional question. Do you think are gay guys more bold when it comes to hitting on other gay guys as opposed to a heterosexual guy hitting on a woman?
That's dispositional. I think it's very much based on their disposition. Like for me myself, I'm not somebody who likes to like put myself out there.
Right.
I'm very much.
Oh, you like to be approached?
I would prefer it because I struggle with it sometimes.
I mean, you're a good-looking guy, so I mean, it makes sense.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Cheers. But, for women, let's say, from what I've seen, where was I going with this? Fuck. Can we just cut it at a certain point?
He needs a brain blast, guys. He needs a brain blast.
From what I've seen, like guys are always willing, especially when drinks involved. Guys are always willing to like shoot their shot.
Right.
That's what I've seen. But in terms of vice versa, like I said, it is like dispositional. There's always one person who's like aggressively chasing one person who's like a little bit like a deer caught in headlights, effectively.
Okay. All right. And then last but not least, do you think pre-privilege is a good thing, bad thing, or like a bit of both? What's your take?
I think it's dependent on how people are using it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not something like if you have it, then fair play. You know, but don't take the piss out of people.
Yeah.
Be humble.
Yeah.
And if you're not gonna be humble, sit down.
You feel like a lot of people that are pretty like they have pretty privilege. Do you think they're not humble? Do you think they like to feel like I'm that guy or I'm that girl? No one's above me. I'm the best. Blah blah blah.
I think in terms of confidence and how you want to approach things, I think it's great to like have that bravado and move with that intent. But when it's like there's a fine line between confidence and cockiness, and some people do need to learn to just like step back or put the brakes on, so to speak.
All right, guys. So I'm here in Soho with
Paula.
All right, mucho gusto. All right, first of all, take my hand, and then spin. Oh, wow, wait. One more time. Wow, look at that, guys. She's looking good. All right, cool. So, Uno, are you into men, women? What are you into?
Yeah, men and women.
Okay, cool. So, do you think pre-privilege exists?
Yes, I do.
Why do you say that?
Because I feel like when a few years ago, I feel like I didn't look as good as I do now, and I've worked a lot on myself throughout years, and I feel like the treatment that I get now is completely different to the treatment that I used to get before when I wasn't as pretty as I feel now. So yeah.
And can you provide like a brief example of the pretty privilege you faced yourself?
I just feel like it's like people never really say no. Or I can get away with, I don't know, I can get away with murder sometimes just because I just like smile and like bat my eyes.
Okay, so do you think pretty privilege for men and women is the same thing?
Definitely. Like I feel like also like good looking men, just as much as good looking women, do just have it a little bit easier. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And do you also think pretty privilege is a good thing, a bad thing, in the middle? What should I say?
It's in the middle because it's like definitely I don't know. It's hard because I feel like everyone should get treated the same, but it's not anyone's fault that pretty privilege exists, and I wish everyone did get treated the same and whatnot, but unfortunately that's just life.
It just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, what was the other question? Last but not least, would you say that who has it, like, what's the word? Who has it harder when it comes to pretty privilege? Who would you say gets looked down upon more, men or women? Like in terms of like, oh, yeah, like
Definitely men.
why would you say that?
Just because I feel like once a girl is pretty, it's easier to give stuff to them and to, buy them drinks or treat them nice. But as a guy, you could still be a really good looking guy and you're not going to get the same effect as pretty privilege for a girl.
Thank you for letting me interview. You can cut that video. I've got to be bold, so you only live once. Whereabouts are you from in London?
South East.
Don't tell me you're from Peckham, please.
No, we're close by.
Where are you from? Oh my god, that's even worse!
Worse than Peckham.
You're gonna shoot me?
Nah, we just do stabbing.
Okay, that's what I want to avoid. You got a knife here? What do you like to do for fun?
I don't know. I like to go out.
You're quite spontaneous.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, cool. Alright, well, I'll shoot you a message. We should definitely hang out sometime. Yeah, take care. See you later. And you can teach me Spanish. I'm still